1970. The distance of the track, of course, is a half mile. And Bonza, the racing surface is asphalt, and this is a very special racetrack. No two turns are the same. I know you're familiar with that.
Yeah, turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are completely different. You talk about how it's so hard to put down a good lap and have the perfect setup, that sweet spot. It's not just the setup of the cars, it's the fact that turns 1 and 2 is tighter than 3 and 4, but turns 1 and 2 has 9 degrees of banking compared to 7.5 degrees of banking on the other end. So sometimes you have to compromise in a way, be good on one side and then be okay on the other side. Which side is the more important end of the track? It depends on who you ask, but we know turn 3, Ben, is the hot spot because of the bottom shot.
It certainly is. And of course, we saw during Sizzler weekend the bottom of turn 1 come to life. We haven't seen that in several years. All of a sudden, we've seen cars dive to the bottom like they do in turn number 3. Their car would stick, it'd shift up half a lane, and they get back on the throttle. Will we see that tonight? Time holds the answer. We did have some sprinkles earlier here today. We had some extreme wind that came out of nowhere, but it's all settled now. And as you look out at the American flag, it looks like things are settling in for a great night of racing. And of course, this is all being brought to you by your local Napa Auto Parts stores. Our attention shifts, Bonza, to turn number 3, and round number 1 is about to begin.
Starting on the pole for heat number 1 is the number 9 from Canton, Connecticut, Joe's Fish Shack gives us Connor Jensick.
Moving to the outside of the front row, the Dunning Industries car from New Hartford, Connecticut, had a lot of work from the Sizzler till now. It is car 22 for Gary Patno.
Inside the second row from Wellington, Connecticut, in the Lawn Science number 5, it's Daryl Vertife.
A former champion in the U.S.N.E. Power Machine. Car number 18 from Weathersfield, Connecticut, it is Scott Clement.
Then you have the number 42 from Northford, Connecticut, starting 5th in the Daddy-O's Honey Machine, it's Dana Ray.
Another USNE power car from Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Car number 1 will start 6th. The driver is Matt Clement.
In the 7th spot, one of our podium finishers from opening week, driving the Roots Auto Repair number 80 from Old Saybrook, Connecticut, it's Norm Root III.
Position number 8, Tri-State Equipment Repair brings us car 55. From Somers, Connecticut, he had a great run on Sizzler weekend, Jason Lafayette.
Then it's the Black Widow Motorsports number 8 from Union, Connecticut, starting 9th, it's Tyler Secor.
And returning to the competition, set out on the Sizzler, the New England Chipper Repair Machine, the Scott Nordman race car from Pasco, Rhode Island, car number 82 for Sammy Dell.
And rounding out the 11 car field is the 11th defending champion from Woodbury, Connecticut, in the Napa Auto Care Center machine. It's Travis Hydar, who I don't see out there as of now.
No, he arrived a little late at the Speedway, and they were making adjustments, trying to figure it out. Remember, that car was severely damaged during the running of our opening event. In addition to that, the distance will be 8 circuits. The number of cars to transfer in the handicap is 7. And Bonza, let's explain for people watching what that 7 is such an important number for these competitors.
Well, at Stafford Speedway, you have a handicap system, which basically takes the last 3 races, or in this case, the first race, and flip it. So the best performers over the last 3 races are going to start deeper in the field compared to those who had worse performances over the last 3 races. That being said, we're in race number 2, so basically the handicap just takes what the results were from week 1. But the only way you can be eligible for the handicap is if you finish top 7 in the heat. We have 11 cars in this field, finish top 7, and the handicap will apply to you, or else you have to start behind the cars that do qualify for the handicap.
And remember what we heard in our pre-race video, these competitors said, this field in all divisions is so competitive, you need to be in that handicap. Right now, our attention is shifting over towards the back straightaway. Will we have a car coming out and joining us?
I see Travis Hydar right at the edge of the opening. He was getting pushed, so I'm not sure if he was having issues getting the car fired up.
Lights are off on the pace car. Let's see if they're going to let him pick up at the rear of the field. Looks like a go. There he is. And ladies and gentlemen, our attention shifts off turn number 4. Here's Bonza with a call, event number 1 for Friday night competition.
Green green flag is out in our first limited late model heat, with Connor Jensick leading the way and getting a good jump on Gary Patnode, who will get down to the bottom.
He'll make every effort to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Will it stick? Will it pay off? Down the back straightaway, Patnode dives down to the inside. Challenge for the lead. Will he be able to do it in turn 3?
Patnode working the bottom lane under Connor Jensick. Both these drivers did not finish week 1 a couple weeks ago, looking for a much better start in event number 2. Patnode has the edge in turn 1. He's got the lead. Connor Jensick in second, and it's Matt Clement in third.
No question about it. They rumble down the back straightaway. Things have started to settle in. They are single file as they head down into turn number 3. Nobody stepping out of the line yet. 6 cars in a row, back off 4.
Jason Lafayette in 4th spot, first week winner. He wasted no time. He started 8th, already in the 4th position, and he's got to deal with Matt Clement in front of him and Norm Root behind. But Clement in the 2nd spot, or trying to get the 2nd spot, closing in on Connor Jensick.
There's no question they rumble down into the turns. Battle is still for 2nd through the 5th position. Off the turn, Patnode is gone at the front of the field. Meanwhile, bid for 2nd, looking to step out of line. Car number 1 is trying to make the move, can't find it. Matt Clement is there. Bold move to the inside. We've got a change for position number 2.
Connor Jensick had an issue getting off the turn and is going to lose multiple spots as Matt Clement moves to 2nd. Jason Lafayette moves to 3rd. Norm Root goes to 4th. Now Daryl Vertifay looks to take 5th spot away.
There's no question. Vertifay is right there challenging on that inside lane. Connor Jensick has been strong. They've had their share of problems already this season. In practice, they had a little bit of a tough time. They've got things figured out. Meanwhile, out in front and literally gone at the front of the field, it is still Gary Patnode. Patnode in command. Still the battle rages. Position number 2 is where it's at.
Clement and Sal. Dana Ray has an issue in turn 4, locks it down up against the wall right under the Stafford Speedway banner, and that will bring out the caution. Dana Ray was running within the last few spots of the top 7 that are needed to qualify for the handicap. Something happened to her 42 car coming off of turn 4, and she had to come to a stop.
So the first caution of the event literally comes out in this qualifying race, as we'll set the stage and be ready to rack them back up and go back to the competition. Want to remind everybody that our novelty stand is open. Plenty of great items available, those Stafford imprinted items. And on a night like this, Bonza, you want to be nice and cozy, so you want to head on over there and get perhaps a hoodie or some of the 8 other great items that are available there as well. Food stands are open on the midway. Plenty of great food products. I can smell the sausage and the peppers right beneath Broadcast Central. And, of course, the Double Hook. Best place in the house, they say, to watch the races. But you can have an ice-cold adult beverage in the process as well. Bonza?
Field getting crossed up now, ready for the restart. 5 laps completed, 3 laps to go. You look back in the 7th spot, that belongs to Tyler Secor. He has the final position to qualify for the handicap. He's got Scott Clement on his flank, and then Samantha Dell in the 82. Travis Hydar, we saw him come in late right before the green flag. He has been laying back the entire way. He's got to start last for the future anyways because of a tire infraction in week 1. So he's just trying to get the car figured out. It had so many repairs done to it, had a front clip put to it, so he's just making sure the car feels good before he races hard in the future.
And that car is prepared by a group of guys that are extremely focused. Here they come. Off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Rumbling down into turn 1. All of a sudden, Matt Clement tries to make the outside work, but it is Gary Patnode. Wheel to wheel, closer than most people park. 4 cars contending down the back straightaway.
Clement could not get off the corner well enough. In fact, he's going to lose 2nd to Lafayette, who pulls up to the back bumper of Patnode, while Root is inside the 1 trying to get 3rd spot.
Root has shown so much potential in a very short time here at the half mile. He's side by side and wheel to wheel. Give Root in the big orange machine position number 3. That bumps back the 1 car of Matt Clement. They head down the back straightaway. It is, well, single file so far, but that's about to change just out of the handicap.
Yeah, Tyler Secor has the final spot in the handicap. Then it's a side-by-side battle for 8th as Dana Ray gets a little crossed up trying to get by Scott Clement. So she gets back in line as the white flag flies for Gary Patnode with a 1 car length advantage over Lafayette.
Well, once the commanding lead is all gone, but time is starting to run out. Deep into turn number 3, off turn number 4. Here they come, back to the stripe.
Gary Patno leads the way coming off a 4, and he will take down the first heat race of the night. Jason Lafayette second, Norm Root the third finishes third, Matt Clement fourth, and then it's Daryl Verdefe who got by Connor Jensick on the last lap to round out the top 5.
And in the 6th spot, as we said, it'll be Connor Jensick. Then Tyler Secor turning some heads. He'll finish among the handicap in 7. Just out of the handicap is the 18 of Scott Clement, Dana Ray, Samantha Dell, and Travis Hydar, who is just trying to get the bugs out of that car before the feature event. Well, round number 1 is all but gone. Round 2 is being set behind the curtain, we'll call it, and it'll look like this. Car number 23 will be starting at the point. That is Devin Jensick out of Canton, Connecticut, in the West Side Oil Machine.
Outside the front row is the Rob Russell chassis number 83 from Wellington, Connecticut. It's R.J. Serdell.
Teammate will be the Serdell Motorsports number 88. From Palmer, Massachusetts, he's a former champion. The driver is Dwayne Provost.
Starting 4th from Three Rivers, Massachusetts in the J.P. McCarthy & Sons WGF building number 24, Kyle Terrio.
Here's a guy that's a champion. We call him the old dog, and he's got plenty of a trick up his sleeve. The Stribel Trucking Company car from Tallinn, Connecticut, the Napa of Tallinn car, Rich Hammond, car 28.
Outside the third row from Plainville, Connecticut in the CSB Communications number 19, Adrian Paradise III.
In the 7th starting position is one of the all-time greats in this division. The L&S Equipment Machine from Windsor Locks, Connecticut, a multi-time champion, car 6, Jeremy Lavoie.
Then it's the rookie from Uncasville, Connecticut, starting in 8th in the Northern Maine Firewood number 67, Aaron Plemmons.
Let's take a look at the final row, starting position number 9. That's the Joe Gnazzo Restoration Company car from Union, Connecticut. He's a former street stock champion, car 38, David Secor Jr.
And rounding out the 10-car field in the number 44 TeamsChoice.com car from Durham, Connecticut, it's Shelby Swan.
If you've just joined us and you're just watching, this is the second qualifying round of the first Friday night program here at the Stafford Speedway, and this is round number 2. Story is the same, 8 laps, 7 cars to transfer. They'll head beneath the Napa Auto Care billboard. Napa is the official auto parts store of the Stafford Speedway. We appreciate you supporting the blue, gold, and white at your local Napa Auto Parts stores.
Look at the top 3 starting this heat. Devin Jensick, R.J. Serdell, Dwayne Provost. They all did not finish the first feature of the season,
so right,
which was a race of survival. So they're all looking for a better start in their second event of the year as Devin Jensick leads the field to the green flag.
Here they come with the snap of the wrist on the starter stand. DJ Helberg gives him the green. It is R.J. Serdell who goes to the inside of Devin Jensick. Jensick pulls away like a rocket down the back straightaway. First and second are gone. But behind them, they're 2 by 2 in rows of 3 looking to move into third.
A 6-car conglomerate, and they're 3 wide off of 4. Terrio slides up. Paradise bullies his way up the middle. Hammond gets through. Now it's Lavoie on the bottom 3 wide going into 1, but he wisely backs out of it.
No question about it. Lavoie is right there. He backs out for a second. They come off the turn. 3 cars still contending. This is for position number 5. Here comes Lavoie. He gets a second win. Will he have it? Down underneath the 24 car as they come off the turn. Kyle Terrio is there. They're battling for the 7th position. That is key here.
Terrio has that 7th spot, but he just lost it. Aaron Plemmons is through, and Terrio, who started 4th, falls back to the 9th spot and will have to regroup as he tries to get some positions forward.
Here they come back in line off turn number 4. Devin Jensick is the fastest car on the racetrack. No surprises here. He pulls way away. R.J. Serdell sets in the comfort zone in 2nd. Dwayne Provost is still in 3rd. Back in the 6th spot, Jeremy Lavoie just clicked off the quickest lap. Lavoie is coming, but will the clock run out as he is looking to get out of the safe zone and move even further forward in that handicap?
Halfway at the line, 4 down, 4 to go as Paradise drifts up coming off of 4, and that opens the door for the 3-time champion Lavoie to make his move, trying to break into the top 5. Lavoie's got the preferred lane as Provost tries to get second away from his teammate Serdell.
They are almost side by side. Bottom of turn number 3. R.J. Serdell takes it in at a ton. He's on the outside. Here comes Provost on the inside. Rich Hammond, the neighbor, is right there. He's not being very neighborly, Bonza. He's making a run for it. He'll move up and take over third.
R.J. Surdell is getting the Stafford shuffle. He's having a hard time keeping that car in the bottom, and then he gets loose coming off of 4, trying to tug that car as far to the left as possible. He loses another spot to Lavoie, then to Plemons, and then Paradise is in tow.
No question about it. Lavoie has found the comfort zone. He's coming back to the front. 2 circuits remaining in this event, less than 1 mile. There's still a torrid battle for second on back. Meanwhile, way out in front and gone is Devin Jensick. Here comes Lavoie, still trying to reel in on Hammond. Right behind Lavoie is Aaron Plemons. Plemons is a fierce competitor. He likes only one thing, and that's to win.
But right now, he's in the top 7, and that's what matters most as the white flag flies for Devin Jensick, who leads by about a second over Dwayne Provost. And it's Rich Hammond, who last week was turning right more than left because his car was so loose. He looks much more stable here in third, but it's all Devin Jensick up front.
Here they come off the turn. Black and white is waving. It is a commanding victory for Devin Jensick. Dwayne Provost will finish in second. Rich Hammond will be among the top 3. Jeremy Lavoie will finish in the 4th spot. Then it'll be Aaron Plemons to finish among the top 5. 2 more in the handicap, and then the rest of the field, they'll be starting in the back of the pack. That's not where you want to be.
It's not, especially with how tight this field is. Adrian Paradise, the 3rd, finished 6th. Kyle Terrio gets the 7th and final spot to qualify for the handicap. R.J. Surdell finishes 8th, first car out. He'll start 16th in the feature tonight, and he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to make his way forward. Dave Secord and Shelby Swan round out the 10-car field.
So round number 2 will be the street stock division. They are on deck behind the curtain coming onto the racetrack, and car number 99 will be among the first cars out. That is the Fueler, the auction app for heating oil, and of course that's the Keith Mancella prepared car from Somers, Connecticut for the talented Isabella Mancella.
Starting second in the number 32 Universal Drive Shaft machine from Ellington, Connecticut, it's Colton Gambacorta.
Let's take a look at row number 2. It's the Tea Kettle Restaurant of Old Saybrook car from Madison, Connecticut, car 58, David Chiasco.
Outside the second row from Griswold, Connecticut, driving the 81 Northeast Truck and Off-Road car, it's Brent Gleason.
Starting 5th, the Evans Carpentry Services car from Uncasville, Connecticut, car number 12, P.J. Evans.
Next up is the driver of the number 75, the winner in week 1, it's Ryan Waterman.
Then we go to the number 00 machine out of Chicopee, Massachusetts. That's the Steve's Import Auto Repair car for Brandon Merzda.
And rounding out the 8-car field is a Goshen, Connecticut native driving the Ace Hardware of Litchfield 63. It's Roger Mayhew.
Now, the setting is a little bit different in this one. 5 laps around the half mile and 5 cars to make the transfer. Reason for this being is, of course, this is a learning division, as we all know, a very competitive and very good learning division. And in addition to that, based on we want to keep the playing field very competitive, we have the opportunity to just transfer 5 among that handicap. Lights are off from Wheeland Engineering, first name in light, sirens, and safety services used throughout the world. Wheeland Engineering, American-made and proud of it. Bonza?
Pace car getting ready to pull off. Isabella Mancella on the pole. Missed the first round of practice late to the racetrack. She's very busy off the track. Colton Gambacorta felt okay about the car in 2 rounds of practice, looking for a better outcome after spinning on the last lap of race number 1. As the green flag comes out, Mancella on the inside, Gambacorta on the outside, pretty even, 2x2 into turn 1.
No question about it. Gambacorta said he wants this one bad tonight. He'll move to the outside, going, gone, down the back straightaway. He makes it look so easy. Meanwhile, Isabella Mancella is right there. But all of a sudden, a car that's moving forward, no surprises to any of us, Ryan Waterman. He's on the prowl, and he'll now move into the top 4.
He's after Brent Gleason now for that 3rd spot. That outside line had a really good start. Mancella is loose in turns 1 and 2,
Ooh.
Has 2 cars underneath her. Gleason had to back out of it. Waterman did not. Took 3rd, now goes for 2nd.
You'd almost think they literally had grease on the side of their cars. That's how slippery slippery and how quick it was. Look at Waterman. He's a man-handler of that race car. He'll move in, takes over the spot. Meanwhile, Brent Gleason, another guy that's been to victory lane here at Stafford last year, he's coming to the front. He'll now move into third, side by side for fourth and fifth.
P.J. Evans follows through behind Gleason, and he moves into fourth spot as Minchella settles into line in the fifth spot, the final spot needed to transfer for the handicap. P.J. Evans in that 12 car fought a car that was plowing tight in the first event of the year, and he thought the car was a lot better this time around, looking for an improvement in performance in week 2.
Fastest car on the racetrack, no surprises, Ryan Waterman setting in second. Look how quickly he's reeling in on Colton Gambacorta. Little cat and mouse action as they come off turn number 4. White flag is out, no surrendering among the top 5 cars.
Gambacorta has a good cushion, about a half a second back to Waterman going through 1 and 2. Then it's Brent Gleason in third, P.J. Evans in fourth, Isabella Minchella in fifth. Pretty secure in that fifth spot as long as she doesn't make a mistake. Gambacorta leads the way with 2 turns to go.
Here they come off turn number 4, back to the stripe. The youngster showing them he can get the job done. Colton Gambacorta, a chip off the old block, will take down the victory. Ryan Waterman, quick as they come, will finish in second. Brent Gleason will finish in third. P.J. Evans is fourth. Isabella Minchella, the final handicap spot. And then there's 3 more that'll have to be starting further back in the field.
Roger Mayhew, who finished 6th, David Chasko, who was 7th, and then Brendan Mersda, that rounded out the 8-car field. Chasko started 3rd in that heat and went straight to the back. He's got some work to do for the feature tonight, but Colton Gambacorta getting the win, had 1 career win last year. See what he can do here in year number 2. Was very disappointed about how last week ended, but Waterman, on the other hand, he looked like he had the car to beat throughout the 20-lap feature, and he looks just as stout today.
Well, round number 2 is going to come onto the racetrack next. The SK Property Maintenance Machine, the IMC manufacturing car from Southampton, Massachusetts. Car number 55 for Brandon Warren.
Starting second in the number 13 Charlie's Towing TTM Technologies machine from Stafford Springs, Connecticut, it's Matt Martell.
Well, this is a dragon from the old days, the Beaver Dragon machine. Takeoff. Car number 71 from Stafford, Connecticut, the Rico's Pizza, LaJoy's Auto Wrecking car, starting in the 3rd position.
Starting 4th is the Belchertown, Massachusetts native, driving the Roy's Auto Service 69 car, it's Bill Cody.
Keep your eyes on the 5th starter with car number 49, driving the Larrabee's landscaping car from Somers, Connecticut. He is a fierce competitor in this class, Jason Raymond.
Starting in the 6th spot in the number 14 from Ledyard, Connecticut in the CIC Automotive machine, it's Charles Beal.
And in the scratch position, he is a veteran, but a newcomer here at Stafford, the Ballard Truck Center machine from Sutton, Massachusetts, car number 19 for Scott Sundin.
I should mention that 14 is sponsored by Critical Speed, one of Sean Monahan's rental cars. Charles Beal driving that car.
A very fast race car, usually,
yep,
as well. So we're expecting some big things out of that as well. On the starter's stand is our good buddy, DJ Hellberg, along with Mike Hellberg, telling the field to cross over here. Lights still remain on the pace car. And Brandon Warren, I discovered this week some very interesting information. Brandon is a mechanical expert that is one of very few in the country that works on Learjets for the rich and the famous. He does that repair work out of the Westover Air Force Base, but it is for private Learjets. So quite impressive. So
that's
on the
an awesome
weekends,
gig. Yeah.
and the weekends, he's flying around the racetrack, but he's preparing other guys to fly during the week. So
wow,
it works, but very, very interesting and is an actual fact. Let's see if he's going to have those wings down or up, Bonza, as we head off turn 4.
Field coming to the box. Brandon Warren with the jump. Green flag is out in our second and final street stock heat. Warren out to a 2-car length lead while they're side by side for the 2nd spot.
Battle is for 2nd. Make that 3rd now. All of a sudden, the outside lane gets shuffled back just a bit. Moving quickly into the 2nd spot with a good run there is the number 71 machine, Marvin Minkler, up to 2nd. Meanwhile, right there with him and challenging is Jason Raymond.
Jason Raymond finished 2nd in the season opener. He was looking to get 3 in a row because he won the last 2 features of 2025, came 1 spot short in the opening weekend. He thought the car was okay in the first round of practice, but he looks good now, getting by Minkler for 2nd.
Well, you know, it looks better than okay. It looks racy. He moves into 2nd. Once he's there, pulls away by about a car length and a half. Meanwhile, it is car number 14, the rent-a-race car machine. Charles Beal making his presence known. He was strong during the opening event when we kicked off 2026. He'll make a bid to the inside. White card to the bottom, red card to the outside in turn 3.
Beal had really good drive off in turn 2, getting under Minkler, who slides wide coming off of 4, and that's going to cost him a couple more spots. Sundin is through, and then Cody comes through to move into 5th. That's the final spot to transfer for the handicap.
That is a key position. Cody is a guy that hasn't had much luck, but tonight it looks like his luck has changed. He is running in the tire tracks of Scott Sundin. Remember, Sundin started scratch.
Sundin had issues during practice with power steering in the first round, but he felt like the car still had a good amount of speed. He stays in the middle of the track trying to protect the bottom lane against Bill Cody, while Warren is half a lap away from the heat race win.
He's literally gone at the front of the field. Meanwhile, look a little further back down the back straightaway. Cody got shuffled around just a bit by Scott Sundin. Checkered flag is out. Brandon Warren will take down the win. Jason Raymond will finish in second spot. Charles Beal will finish among the top 3. Scott Sundin for 4 and Bill Cody for 5.
Marvin Minkler finishes 6th, which means he has to start 12th for the feature tonight, while Matt Martell rounds out the 7-car field in our final street stock heat of the night.
Well, coming up next will be our late model division. Over 112 cars assembled in the paddock area for this evening's first Friday night program. Literally a banner filled of cars in all the divisions, and you know when you come to Stafford, you're going to see some of the most competitive racing action anywhere in the country. 2 qualifying rounds are set for the late models. Distance is 8 laps. Number of cars to handicap will be 5. So let's get to the starting lineup. This guy's a multiple track champion in the Meadows Motor Car Machine from Granby, Massachusetts. He had a horrible start to 2026. It is car 97 for Adam Gray.
Then it's the number 33 IMTI America 250 machine from Barkhamsted, Connecticut. The driver's Aiden Burrell Jr.
This guy's a champion and one of the best in this division. The Lavigny Law car from Ellington, Connecticut, car number 23, Kevin Gambacorta.
Outside the second row, driving the Springfield Thunderbirds number 10 from Fairfield, Connecticut, it's Wayne Corey Jr.
The competitor who starts in the 5th spot said in the opening interview he just wants to be consistent. A win would still be good for the Casella Waste Mayday Oil car from North Franklin, Connecticut, car number 87, Chris Myers.
Starting 6th is the Warren, Connecticut native in the economy signs number 53. It's Rob Taylor Jr.
And in a scratch position, the Davis Motorsports car from Enfield, Connecticut, car number 28 for Scott Davis. There you have it. This is the first of 2 qualifying events. And field is being told to cross over. Mike Helberg back to the front row of the starters stand.
And you mentioned Adam Gray starting on the pole for this heat, and the start he had back in opening weekend, lap 1, getting into a tangle coming off of 2 with Josh Wood and just plastering the right side up against the concrete wall. Fortunately for Gray, he did not need to get a clip replaced, but there was a lot of work that had to be done to Adam's machine because last time, before he rolled out for the feature, he thought the car was really good in his heat race. Just never got a chance to show it in the feature. We'll see what he has tonight.
Here we go. Looking for the start. Spirit of America paint job on the Burrell machine to the outside. Slips up a bit as he goes to shift. That'll work to the advantage of Adam Gray. Gray moves to the bottom. Who's the tail that wags the dog there? It is Kevin Gambacorta. Gambacorta moves into second. Here comes Myers. As on the outside, it is Burrell, but there is a swarm of cars for that 3rd position.
Meyer takes 3rd. Then it's Corey, and then Taylor looking to the inside of Burrell, but he stays in line as Gambacorta pulls under Gray coming off of 4, looking for the lead, and he's got it.
Championship stuff in the front row. Here comes Myers. He's got a rocket. Meanwhile, Gray's car drifts back. 1, 2, 3. Now it's in the 4th spot. That is not what he wanted it to be. Corey sneaks by. Gray taps his back bumper. They come off 4, 5 cars now. Single file. It is Burrell who's in the final transfer for handicap.
Burrell with one of the nicer looking cars in the pits, in the 5th spot. Still getting used to the late models. This car is brand new to him last year. Getting more reps behind the wheel. He's in 5th, the final spot to transfer to handicap. It's Gambacorta in front. The 5-time track champion leads by 2 car lengths. points over Chris Meyer.
There's no question about it. He is the guy who is on top of his game here tonight. He was a little disappointed in what happened in the opening Sizzler weekend. Not disappointed at all by this run, but Myers is reeling him in. Chris Myers just clicked off the fastest lap of the race. They come back, cross flags, halfway down and halfway to go. Meanwhile, look at Gray. He's power assisting the back bumper of Corey. And guess what? It pays off, Bonza. Gray has now come back to life, and he is up to the third spot.
Corey got loose coming off of 4, and then Gray pushed a 10 down the front straightaway, and Corey gave way, allowing Gray to move back up to third, but he's just about a second behind Meyer, who has stayed 2 car lengths behind Gambacorta with 3 laps to go.
Interestingly enough, on the last circuit, all of a sudden, Gray's car picked up a ton of speed and clicked off the quickest lap. Was he playing possum? Time will tell when the feature event rolls out. But right now, it is 2 circuits to go. And Myers is glued to the back bumper of Gambacorta. Gambacorta is no fool. He can feel the heat from that deal, but he is a true champion as they head down in turn 3.
Gambacorta keeping that car glued to the white line. Meyer trying to use the apron to gain a little bit in the center of the corner, which he does, but he pushes up coming off of 4, allowing Gambacorta to pull away a little bit with the white flag out.
Meanwhile, Gray continues to be the quickest car on the racetrack. Where did he get the extra energy? He was off the pace. Now he is there to challenge. Top 3, about the same margin, first and second, as second and third. They come off the turn, heading to the checker. Here they come, Bonza. It's Gambacorta for the victory.
He will take down the heat race win. Chris Meyer finishes second. Adam Gray finished third, but he was fast at the end of that heat. Then it's Wayne Corey Jr. and Aiden Burrell to round out the top 5 and the 5 that transfer via the handicap, while Rob Taylor Jr. and Scott Davis round out the 7-car field. And you mentioned a fast lap by Gray, a 21.3.
That's fast.
That is a flying lap early in the season.
Was he playing possum in the beginning, or did he have a problem? We don't know the answer to that. We'll see when it comes time for the main event. Second qualifying round looks like this. Car number 51 will be starting at the point. Driving the Rad Auto Machine powered car from Palmer, Massachusetts, it is Josh Wood.
Starting second is the number 19 Randy's Trucking H&B siding car from Wellington, Connecticut, Michael Bennett.
Defending track champion, the Tavern on the Tracks machine from Berlin, Connecticut. Truly one of the nice guys in the division. Car number 39, Paul Verrecchio Jr.
Outside the second row is the Jarmuck Farms Botticello Incorporated number 79, a native of Enfield, Connecticut. It's Daryl Keene.
Let's take a look at row number 3. This gentleman had a heartfelt victory in memory of his grandfather. He won the first event of the season, the Tom O'Sullivan and Sons welding car from Belchertown, Mass. Car number 07, Chris Buffoni.
Then it's the number 26 Judith Hasbrook machine from Stafford Springs, Connecticut, driven by rookie Damian Polardi.
And starting scratch will be car number 9. That's the A6A Associates car from Naugatuck, Connecticut for Bobby Stirk III. 8 laps, 5 cars to make the transition in this one. Following the conclusion of this event, we move to the SK Light qualifying heats. Those will also be 8 circuits. So let's see what's going to happen in this, the second qualifying round. Josh Wood is no stranger to running up front in having success here at Stafford. He was a man who once dominated the limited success in our street stock division, and he's had his share of success in the late models. His dad owns the automobile that they prepared for this season, so keep your eyes on that car. And then, of course, the Magnum. Michael Bennett returns to Stafford Speedway, works in the town of Stafford, popular local guy, is on the outside of the front row. Did not get off to a good start with that 19 car on Sizzler weekend. Said the car just loosened up, and he said, I made the mistake. And that mistake cost him dearly. New day, new deal. Let's see what's going to happen. Here's Bonza with the call.
New day, new deal. A front row with 2 brand new race cars. Josh Wood on the inside, Michael Bennett outside. As they hit the box, green flag is out, and Bennett gets a great jump going ahead of Josh Wood going into turn 1. But is it enough to clear the 51? No. But Wood slides right up into Bennett. Door slams him up the track.
While that's been happening, look at Verrecchio. He now moves in to try to take over the 3rd spot. Michael Bennett can't believe his eyes. Wood is in command of the event. Side by side, 3 cars contending for third till they come to the stripe. Verrecchio is there. Backing back a bit is Daryl Keene. He'll pull back into formation. That's the battle for 4th and 5th.
Buffoni runs 4th. He's closing in on Verrecchio. Keene falls back to 5th, but importantly, in line in front of Bobby Sturck the 3rd, as the top 2 are nose to tail, and then 3rd and 4th are nose to tail, but not for long. Buffoni cuts that car to the apron coming off of 4. He took a look, but didn't have enough drive off.
Well, he'll test the waters. Can't make the move yet. He's coming, though. Verrecchio is still there. Verrecchio did some testing. He came off that second turn like a rocket that time. Buffoni can't believe his eyes as he pulled away. But Buffoni's got a car that's solid in turns 3 and 4, car number 07.
Buffoni trying to work that 39 of Verrecchio for the 3rd spot. Don't have to push too hard into turn 1. Verrecchio got sideways. Not sure if he got a bumper from the 07, but they're side by side off of 2, and Buffoni takes the spot.
Buffoni in the red, white, or red stripe, blue and white paint job moves into the 3rd spot. He sets in 3rd. Meanwhile, back up front, Bennett just clicked off the quickest lap. It was short-lived because all of a sudden Wood was quicker. Wood still in command. Those 2 cars are way out in front. Josh Wood's cars come off the turn like a rocket, deep into turn number 3. About the same margin. Nobody is running away and hiding in this one.
Wood drifted up in 3 and 4. Bennett kept his car down on the apron and finds his way under the 51 in the battle for the lead. Bennett has the top spot.
Meanwhile, he'll take command of the event, but guess who's coming? Winner of day number 1. Chris Buffoni is reeling him in. Fastest car now on the racetrack. Twirling 2s off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Top 3 are starting to pull away, but nose to tail down in turn 1.
Chris Buffoni ran a lap of 21.282. That's even faster than what Adam Gray ran in the first heat. That 07 car, a brand new chassis, has been sharp from the get-go in terms of looks and speed. He closes in on the top 2 with the white flag up.
It's a rocket. Meanwhile, the white flag is out. No surrendering at all. Bennett is in command of the event. Wood now can feel car number 07 is coming on. It's about to challenge, but will they run out of time? Off turn number 4. To the stripe they come. Black and white is waving for the black and white car. The H&B siding machine will take down the victory. Michael Bennett is your winner. Josh Wood to finish a solid 2nd. Chris Buffoni, like a rocket, to finish in 3rd. Paul Verrecchio, the defending champion, is 4th. And Daryl Keene to round out the top 5. Then it was Bobby Sturck in the 9, and it will be Damon Pilardi with car number 26.
So Sturck will have to start 12th. Pilardi will have to start 14th in the late model 30-lap feature later tonight. But next up, Ben, a division that brings the excitement every week in the SK Light Modifieds. We had 38 of them for opening week with the duels. Not as much this time around, but it's still very much a full field of great race cars.
It sure is. It's 32 plus, and car number 25 will be starting at the point. That's Ben Morrison in the Wellington Pizza, the Keep Digging Motorsports car from Ashford, Connecticut.
Starting 2nd is the A-plus Fire Protection number 57 from Stafford Springs, Connecticut, Austin Goff.
This car was one of the quickest cars in practice today. The Wicked Power Sports machine from Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Car number 1, Bob Charland.
Then it's the driver from Wolcott, Connecticut, starting in 4th in the Mohawk Northeast, number 21, Sammy Anderson.
Let's take a look at row number 3, position number 5, the Pro Systems irrigation machine from Griswold, Connecticut. Car number 18 for Tyler Berry.
Starting in the 6th position is the number 45 Shikoski Racing car from New Hartford, Connecticut, Ed Shikoski.
Final row, car number 19, the Spafco race chassis car from Stonington, Connecticut. The 19 is John Burnell.
And rounding out the 8-car field is the P.J. Ladola & Sons Incorporated Electrical Contractors number 41 from Barkhamsted, Connecticut, reigning 2-time Street Stock champion, Travis Downing.
Remember earlier when Bonzo was explaining the handicap, we have 4 qualifying heats and only 4 cars from each of those qualifying heats to move into the preferred handicap. This changes the whole complexion. That is based on the number of cars and 4 qualifying events. Get ready. Hold on to the edge of your seat because this is going to be some wild racing. The mighty 4 at the front will determine How close do they start to the front? And remember, their feature event is a sprint. Speaking of a sprint, here's Bonza with a sprint for the start.
Ben Morrison, Austin Goff, the front row. Bob Charland and Sammy Anderson, second row, right on the back bumper of the cars respectively in front of them. Green flag is out, and Austin Goff gets the jump on the outside line. Charland is trying to push Ben Morrison to stay with the 57, but it's Goff in front.
Ben Morrison had a problem of getting it into gear and up to speed, but look out, here comes Sammy Anderson. Remember what she said in the opening? She felt she was a tiny bit shy to take down the victory, but look at Austin Goff, the leader of the pack off turn 4. Here comes Charland. 3 cars have strung it out at the point.
Then it's a battle for fourth, the final spot in the handicap. Ben Morrison is dropping anchor on the bottom lane. He's got Ed Schakowsky to his outside, while we have a battle for the lead as Sammy Anderson goes under Austin Goff for the top spot in 3.
She sinks it in at a ton. Charland says if she can do it, so can I. Goff is stuck in the outside lane. That neon green and black car glows, but it'll have to drop back to 3. Meanwhile, 4 is the hot spot. 4th position currently held by Ben Morrison. All of a sudden, here comes Tyler Berry and Travis Downey. Downey is going for that 4th position off turn 4. Boy. 3 wide.
Downey really dumped it into turn 3 and found his way inside of Ben Morrison and made it stick to take the 4th spot. Tyler Berry is looking for a place to go. Stuck in the middle of the pack. He's running 5th, trying to get by Ben Morrison.
Down into turn number 3. Nobody knows what's going to happen next among those 3 cars. Downey has still got that 4th spot. Meanwhile, Berry trying everything. Car loosens up a bit on exit, but on entry, he's right there. Downey is doing a great job. This is his 2nd race. Think about this, and look what he's doing. Now he's making a bid down under Goff.
Took a look. Goff drove it in too deep, though, and he washes up the track coming off of 4, allowing Downey to get underneath him. A couple of green cars side by side. Downey had to back off a bit to avoid contact with Goff, but he's still inside the 57 for 3rd.
Side by side, they come almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide. Deep into turn number 3. Bottom shot. Berry moves up. Here comes Downey, still in the 4th spot. Goff gets shuffled back out of the handicap. Time is running out. 2 circuits to go. Charland has closed up the gap, but Sammy Anderson is the leader. Downey sets in the final transfer for the handicap. Here comes Ben Morrison in turn 3.
Yeah, Morrison has stayed in touch with the cars battling in front of him. Berry's now pulling away from Downey, while Morrison is about 2 car lengths behind Downey. The white flag is up. Nose to tail for the lead. It's Sammy Anderson, followed by Bob Charland.
They're doing a good job way out in front, but there's no question 4th spot is where all eyes are on. Coming off turn number 4, it is Sammy Anderson to take down the victory. Bob Charland in for 2nd, Tyler Berry for 3rd, and a great run for Travis Downey to take down that final handicap position. Meanwhile, just out of the handicap, good run for Ben Morrison, Ed Schakowsky, Austin Goff, and John Burnell. That's the story from round number 1. More excitement.
Ooh, Austin Goff showing a little displeasure towards Travis Downey going into pit road in turn 3. Gave Downey a little bump as they were making their way down the access lane. So it didn't take long for some tempers to flare.
No, it didn't. And, of course, the night is still young.
Oh, yes.
So let's go to round number 2. And it looks like this. Car number 87 will be starting at the point, and that's one of the all-time veterans in the Wicked Power Sports machine from East Hartford, Connecticut. It is Joey Farino.
Outside the front row from Norwich, Connecticut in the 51 SAB Tree Experts machine, it's Matt Brewer.
Moving now inside row number 2, driving the Skate Kid Property Management's car from Westbrook, Connecticut. Another talented female driver, car number 09, Cassandra Cole.
Outside row 2 is the 32 from Milford, Connecticut. Dell's Vinyl Siding gives us Robert Bloxham the 3rd.
Keep your eyes on the 5th starter in this event, the Pro Automotive Machine. Stu McCarthy owns the automobile from Oxford, Massachusetts, car 34. Dalton McCarthy.
Starting in the 6th spot in the number 52 Rubos Auto Center machine from Waterbury, Connecticut, it's Anthony Farino.
And the Bowles Motor Sales machine, car number 76 from Enfield, Connecticut. This driver came from Monday Night Karts in his first season, Connor Christmas.
And closing out the 8-car field from Manchester, Connecticut in the Bartkowski Racing number 17, Glenn Bartkowski.
This is round number 2 of 4 qualifying events. If you just joined us and you're watching, still not too late to come out and see it live. We certainly would love to see you here at the half mile. We are in the midst of qualifying feature events, still on tap. 2 more SK Light events after this qualifying session. And then we'll go to the SK Modifieds, the fastest division of the night. And then our opening ceremonies and feature events will kick off next. A lot going on the midway. If you haven't checked it out, please make sure you do so. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. Pulls to the center of the infield. Showtime. Get ready. Here we go, Bonza.
The front row contains 2 drivers who need a desperate change of fortune tonight. Joey Farino leads the way. Connor Christmas does not go. Falls way back behind the main pack of cars as they make their way through 1 and 2. It's Farino out front with Cassandra Cole behind him.
Cassandra Cole tries to make the bull move to the inside. Can't do it. Matt Brewer has had no luck at all. Wow. Did you see Dalton McCarthy? He went to the inside, and he just threw it in at a ton, Bonza. Oh, and he gets a big tap from car number 32, which is Robert Bloxham.
It is a heat race, right, Ben?
Yes,
They're really being aggressive in the SK Lights. In fact, McCarthy got warned a little bit for that aggressive move in turn 3. Bloxham caught McCarthy's back bumper, but that allowed Bloxham to get by the 34 to move into 3rd.
Meanwhile, back towards the front of the field, Matt Brewer had a problem with something leaking on the car and smoking in practice. He's dialed back in, setting in 2nd. They come off the turn, no move yet. Here comes Robert Bloxham, fastest guy in the house in this qualifying round. He's driving a Keith Rocco race car, and Bonza, we know how quick those race cars can be.
Last year, we saw Megan Fuller win the championship driving a Keith Rocco car. We have a battle for the lead. Matt Brewer, we talked about it, Ben. A turn 1 bottom shot. It's the 51 making his move inside of Joey Farino.
Good try, good effort. He's not done yet. Joey Farino, the all-time veteran. They used to call him Mr. High because he'd use the outside. Bloxham gives a power assist to Farino, says, get out of my way, I'm coming. Side by side, off the turn, down the back straightaway. Bloxham is for 2nd. He's not done yet.
Bloxham's going to try the outside on the Mayor in turn 3, trying to take the lead while Cassandra Cole finds her way inside of McCarthy for the 4th spot. Those 2 got together at the start of the race. They're side by side in that final spot for the handicap.
Remember, 4 is the magic number. 5, well, it's not as good. It just doesn't count. Bloxham motors away down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, here comes Matt Brewer. Brewer says, I'm running tonight up front, and nothing's going to stop my effort. He'll go to the outside, side by side with Joey Farino. Deep into turn number 2. Farino has it by inches. Here comes Cassandra Cole, the green and white car to the inside.
Cole trying to push Farino ahead, but they're locked side by side in front of that white and green 09 as they make their way off of 4. Bloxham is pulling away from everybody with the white flag in the air.
Still, there's still plenty of time, less than a quarter of a mile in this event. Meanwhile, off the turn, Farino pulls back into 2nd. Here comes Cassandra Cole. Meanwhile, 4th is where it's at. Off the turn, Bonza, here they come. Who's going to take that 4th transfer position?
Bloxham wins the heat race. Farino takes 2nd. Cassandra Cole moves up to 3rd. Matt Brewer hangs on to 4th after being hung out on the outside. Dalton McCarthy, who won one of our duels in week 1, ends up outside the handicap, finishing 5th. Then it's Connor Christmas, Anthony Farino, and Glenn Barkowski rounding out the field.
If you enjoyed that, you haven't seen nothing yet. We've got 2 more qualifiers, and of course the main event when they'll all be together looking for the same airspace to secure victory on night number 1 of Friday night competition. Car number 5 will be starting at the point. The Barnyard is the sponsor from Tolland, Connecticut, for Andy Marquez.
Starting 2nd in the 55 from Somers, Connecticut, Arcari Motor Sales gives us Paul Arcari.
Here's a guy that had a pretty good run with a new car, the Courier Excavating car from Coventry, Connecticut. Car number 64, Jason Finkbein.
Then it's the McKinney Construction 15 from Farmington, Connecticut. The driver is Amanda West.
This guy's a champion. This guy's a race winner. This guy's the guy to watch. The Vernon Chevrolet, number 29. The number 29 from Stafford Springs, Springs, Connecticut, Chris Matthews.
Outside the third row from Mooresville, North Carolina, in the Wicked Power Sports 67, Ben Morabito.
Now let's move now to the 7th starting spot, car number 36, the Secor Machine and Fabrication car from Swansea, New Hampshire. This kid was very impressive in Sizzler Weekend. It's car 36, Eddie Grimaldo.
And closing out the field in the JRB Customs number 38 from Enfield, Connecticut, it is Kyle Pinkham. This is our third of 4 SK Light modified heats. The top 4 qualify for the handicap. It looks like Andy Marquise has not made it out on the track yet. Oh, now they have.
Here they come.
Looks like a couple tardy arrivals with Gamarlo and Marquise coming in. But looking at the front row, Arcari had some bad luck week 1, getting caught up in a last lap spin, relegating his finishing position back. As we get set for this heat race, Chris Matthews, Ben, starting deeper in the field for this heat, but he had just about one of the best starts you could have, finishing second in his duel and winning the 30-lapper.
Certainly did, and it appears that Andy Marquise has decided to drop to the rear of the field, just testing out his equipment. This was a car that was built for Devis and was sold during the off season. And of course, Andy Marquise, one of the nice guys from the area. No question about that. Speaking of nice guys, not time to be nice. It's time to be rough and rumble down into turn number 1. And Paul Arcari gets a nice bite to the bottom of the racetrack. Will the driver to the outside, Finkbein, have anything for him down in turn 3?
He takes a look on the outside. He has a hole to the bottom, but that bottom hole is going to fill up real quick as Amanda West is there trying to get under Matthews and under Finkbein for that second spot.
Matthews has got a rocket again. He can just kind of reel in on the back of anyone. There's your top 4 in 2 rows. Off the turn, slipped up just a bit. Paul Arcari lost some ground. Finkbein emerges as the new leader. They come off turn number 4 to the stripe. They come. Give the lead to Finkbein. Here comes Matthews.
Looks like Arcari has no confidence coming off of 4 because he's got no drive. That's coming off of 4 and 2. It's like he has to check up at the exit of the turn. Matthews goes by. Now West tries to do the same on the outside for 3rd.
Meanwhile, Ben Morrison is coming with that number 67 car. He is 1 spot away. Here comes Amanda West, white number 15 car. She puts the pedal to the metal to the outside. Can't do it this time. Changes her strategy. Reels in on Arcari. Looks to the bottom. Here comes Amanda West. Tests the waters. Can't make the move. She's blocked in. Here comes Morrison. 3 cars contending for that 4th position.
Ben Morabito in the 67, one of Joey Perino's cars, trying to break into the top 4 and qualify for the handicap. West in the 15 has that 4th spot, and Ben, she's been having a tough time getting by the 55 of Arcari.
Oh, no question about it. Look at that battle there as they come off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Amanda West has taken that 4th position. Morabito still setting back in that 5th spot so far. Grimaldo is trying to get into the hunt. Remember, it's essential to be among those top 4 cars.
Gamarlo's about a half a second behind this trio, battling for 3rd. Arcari in the 55, West in the 15, and then Morabito in the 67. Morabito is able to cut that car inside coming off the corner, but can't keep the momentum to make a move on West.
Doing a great job, though. Here comes Amanda West. She looks to go this time to the outside of Arcari. Arcari now shuts the door, slams it, and here they come. They almost make contact. Meanwhile, that upsets Amanda West's car. White flag is out, final circuit.
Jason Finkbein leads, and it's Matthews and Arcari, and West has a mirror full of Ben Morabito down the back straightaway for the final time. Morabito pulls up to the 15, but doesn't make a move. He stays in line.
Morabito is there trying everything. Last chance to do it. He'll make the bid. Door shuts, can't do it. Jason Finkbein, a very convincing win. Chris Matthews to finish in 2nd. Paul Arcari to finish in 3rd. Then it'll be Amanda West in a squeaker to finish in the 4th spot. Ben Morabito turned some heads today. He'll be tough no matter where he starts in the main event. And then it's Eddie Grimaldo in the 6th spot. Andy Marquise is 7th. And Kyle Pinkham will round out the top 8.
I don't think Amanda West was very pleased with Paul Arcari because she pulled up to the 55 on the back straightaway on the cool down lap. So
and
that's
she didn't
twice.
say hi?
I don't think it was a high.
Okay.
But if she said anything, it wasn't polite, I would guess.
I get you. Sign language, hand manipulation of giving him a proper message. Here we go to the fourth qualifying round. It is car number 42, the Kalajanis Racing Machine from New Hartford, Connecticut, Stephen Kalajanis.
Starting second is the number 98 River Valley Tree Expert car from Coventry, Connecticut. It's Norm Steers.
Row number 2 to the inside, car number 75, the Jim Schiapone Family Racing Enterprises car from Enfield, Connecticut, Casey Vogue.
Outside of row 2 is the Fueler number 50 from Windsor, Connecticut. It's Peter Bennett.
Keep your eyes on this guy, the Yukon Nick Anglace racing car from Seymour, Connecticut. He's a rocket and always a contender, Nick Anglace.
Starting in the 6th position is the 4 from Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Rampart Diggs gives us Rob Peterson.
And the final row will be car number 91, Industrial Handling System, Jean-Guy Poulin Drivewell, AJ Karting from North Haven, Connecticut, Jake Hines.
And rounding out the 8-car field in our final SK Light Modified Heat is the driver, the number 22, from West Springfield, Massachusetts. Parolo & Sons Landscaping and Property Services gives us Mike Parolo.
So there you have it. This, of course, the fourth and final round for the SK Light Division. TJ moves to the front of the starter stand as Mike Helberg will back him up in this qualifying event. Stephen Kalajanis was very quick in practice today also, Bonza. He was at the top of the charts for quite some time. So we'll keep our eyes on him starting up in the front row. Norm Sears has been around, the craftiest of veterans at this speedway for many, many a season. Casey Vogue has a fast race car. Peter Bennett, last year, he came into his own, and he's even stronger, picked up some brand-new sponsorship, and he said it's made a world of difference for him and his race team.
Pace car pulls off as we get set for our 4th SK Light Modified Heat. Stephen Kalogiannis leading the way, but on the outside, it looked like Norm Sears had a really good jump down the front straightaway. Maybe too good of a start, so we'll do it again.
We will. Rinse and repeat, as the old saying goes. We'll try it all over again. And, of course, 2x2 and side-by-side.
Norm Sears in a white car this time around.
Yes.
We saw him in a black car opening weekend.
He's had all kinds of colors, yellow, everything imaginable.
The whole rainbow.
Yes, he has. So let's see what's going to happen as we head off turn number 4. Here they come, Bonza. Let's see if it's better than the last time. Looking good.
Much better start this time around. Even at the line, Kalogiannis gets the jump as he should into turn 1. Norm Sears holding strong. In fact, he floors it coming off of 2 and pulls away with the lead.
It just stuck and it just went like it was launched out of a cannon. Meanwhile, look at that battle for second. No surprises here. Peter Bennett in that Richie Evans orange-colored car moves into second. Car number 50. The Fuel app car moves in, takes over second. Meanwhile, right there to contend, tap, tap, tap to the bumper. You know who, it's car number 10, Nick Anglace. He's an intimidator as he comes off 4.
Is it a surprise that Anglace is working the outside line right now?
No.
Not really. He's working the outside, trying to get by Kalogiannis for 3rd, and now he's going to try and motor around Bennett, but had the lift a bit coming off of 2.
Sure does. They hit down the back straightaway. Little magic there. All of a sudden, Casey Vogue is there. Casey Vogue moves to the outside. Remember, 4 is where it's at, and that is where the battle is. Kalajanis is there in the 4th spot. Casey Vogue is right there with him. What's going to happen is they work their magic down the back straightaway. This time, when they come to the stripe, halfway down, halfway to go. Look at Nick Anglace, different line this time. He's stuck to the bottom. Bennett says, and pulls back into formation.
Bennett did a good job holding Anglace down. The 10 had to check up so he wouldn't make tire-to-tire contact with the 50. Anglace a few laps ago tried the high side and actually got a little loose coming off of 4, which is the risk you take running that second lane, but he's not listening to me. He's going to try the outside again on Bennett.
Nobody's going to listen to us announcers. You know that, except for the fans in the grandstand. Meanwhile, they come out turn number 2. Bennett is got a little bit of a cushion now in second. He's trying to shake off Nick Anglace. This time, when they come off turn number 4, Twirling twos are in the air, 2 circuits to go, 1 mile left in the competition, and the top 3 run nose to tail. Then there's a big opening with the 4th place car still being held down by Kalajanis.
And he's got Casey Vogt a car length behind him in 5th, but the top 3 are bunched together nose to tail. Bennett and Anglaise have reeled in Norm Sears, who leads the pack with the white flag out.
They head into turn number 1, final time. Will anybody make a move there? No, they're still single file. Off the turn, Nick Anglaise peeks to the bottom, then thinks twice of it. Now he's looking to be running in the tire tracks of Bennett. They come off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Norm Sears takes down the impressive victory. Peter Bennett in for 2nd. Nick Anglaise for 3rd. Stephen Kalajanis for 4th. Those are the top 4 in the handicap. Out of the handicap, Casey Vogt, Jake Hines, Rob Peterson, and Mike Parolo.
That's our SK Light Modified Heats. And Ben, you mentioned earlier today before we got going, Stafford Speedway, a track of many amenities.
Yes.
A lot of benefits for the fans that make their way here to the Connecticut Half Mile. And if you're watching on Flow, you should come down and check out Stafford Speedway.
Come see us.
Yeah, there's a lot of great features in this track, a lot of great amenities to help the entertainment factor. And one of them is the novelty booth down the midway. Tim Perkowski is standing there right now. He's got a lot to show us for the fans who are thinking about coming down in 2026. Tim? Well, I think he needs a functioning microphone. We'll get back to Tim in a moment, but
we sure will. But right now, we're going to go to the qualifying lineup for the SK Modifieds, one of 3 heats. Car number 88 will be starting at the point. That is the Wheelers Auto Service car. From North Haven, Connecticut, the John and Mania Rafrano car for Marcelo Rafrano.
Starting in the 2nd position in the SK Modified Heat, the first heat of the night, is the driver of the number 79. It looks like the 179. He is from Canterbury, Connecticut, sponsored by Seals It, the John Jensen-owned machine driven by Ethan DeRocher.
Row number 2 to the inside, Horsepower Hill Farms, brings us the number 22. He is the man that knows this track like the back of his hand. From Berlin, Connecticut, Keith Rocco.
Outside the 2nd row is the Hummel Hot Dog number 11 from Berlin, Connecticut. It's Matt Vassar.
3 rows back to the inside, car number 77, Blessed Performance out of Norwich, Connecticut for Chase Cook.
Outside the 3rd row from Hamden, Massachusetts in the Place Motors machine driving the 24, it's Mikey Flynn.
Truly one of the nice guys, the all crate number 12 from Windsor, Connecticut. It is Artie Caruso.
Then it's the longtime veteran in the number 96 from Canton, Connecticut. Brainerd Motorsports gives us Kurt Brainerd.
PJ Ladola and will bring us the Avery Construction Corporation car from Auburn, Massachusetts for the former champion here in the lights. It is Megan Fuller, car number 2.
We'll get to Tim Perkowski after this heat race is completed, as the field is doubled up, getting ready for the first SK Modified Heat. Top 5 qualify for the handicap. Marcello Rafrano, who had a great run spring Sizzler day, had to come up short because of a mechanical issue by the leader, Christopher. He leads the field to the green flag.
They rumble down into turn number 1. This is the fastest division of the night. They work their magic off turn number 2. Marcello Rafrano leads them. Here comes Keith Rocco. Came close, can't do it. Now let's take a look at the 3rd position. Side by side off turn number 4.
Chase Cook in the 77, who was very impressive at the Spring Sizzler, finishing just outside the top 5. He's bar to bar with Matt Vassar for 3rd, with Mikey Flynn watching back in the 5th spot. The final spot in the handicap, Ethan DeRocher started 2nd, quickly fell back to 6th.
Meanwhile, this side, oh, trouble now. We've got a spin to the bottom. It is Cook's machine. Back end just snapped around on the race car. We'll see if he can get it fired back up. It looks like he does, but just as the car fires, the caution flag comes out. So, with 2 of 8 laps in the record books, let's see if we can go quickly back down to Tim Perkowski. Tim?
Hey guys, yeah, down here at the Speedway Collectibles novelty booth, and there's a lot you can do down here to commemorate your trip to the track. As has been well documented this year, we've got the 60 greatest modified drivers of all time, and there are a limited number of posters that you can go ahead and make that purchase. If you have a favorite driver, you can go ahead and get your favorite shirt or sweatshirt or something like that, and man, it's a cool night out here tonight. So come on down if you're feeling a little cool, get yourself a sweatshirt. the novelty booth is really stocked with a lot of everything to kind of commemorate your trip to the track here. We totally recommend anybody who's at the track make a visit and definitely enjoy your stay here.
Thank you, Tim, and that is great advice. Look at all the great items, and of course, remember, Mother's Day is Sunday.
Yes.
Maybe Mom would like a nice hoodie or a nice shirt to commemorate her visit to Stafford Speedway. Check on those items, or a great poster to hang up as well. Here we go, side by side in 2x2. Down the back straightaway, lights are off. Marcello Rafano. There was a time when Marcello learned from Keith Rocco how to get around, how to run a racetrack, and even how to run an SK Modified. That was in the very beginning. That is no longer the case. The student is good, the teacher is good, and we're going green.
And this restart is good. Down the front straightaway, Mikey Flynn is giving Keith Rocco a push going into turn 1, allowing Rocco to stay with Rafano coming off of turn 2, but it's Rafano that's clear out in front.
Look at Matt Vassar. He's got the Hummel's hot dog machine dialed in tonight. John Hummel is here by himself. Eddie Flemke is away on vacation, and it looks like Vassar has found a home in second. He'll now move into the catbird seat. Will it stick? Will it work? Behind him, Mikey Flynn has come to life. He's in the 4th spot. Where is our 5th place driver? And do we have a guy? He's one of the all-time veterans. Holding on to position number 5, it's Kurt Brainerd.
He's got Ethan DeRocher, Chase Cook, and Megan Fuller lined up behind him as Vassar takes second, or holds on to second, but got a bump from behind by Rocco in the 22. Second, third, fourth, nose to tail. Then it's 3 car lengths back to Brainerd.
Here they come off turn number 4, back to the stripe. Top 4 are in line. Keith Rocco, a little bit of patience there for a moment. Going to be short-lived. Matt Vassar's car drifted up a tiny bit to the center lane. Meanwhile, off turn number 4, 2 laps to go, 1 mile left. Look at the battle for the 5th spot. 3 wide, Bonza, off turn 4.
Cook took a look to the inside of both DeRocher and Brainerd, making it 3 wide for a moment, but he backed off. DeRocher made contact with Brainerd last time by in turn 3, forcing the 96 up the track and the 179 to 5th.
White flag is out, no surrendering in a powerhouse package among the top 4. Meanwhile, back in 5th, here comes Cook. DeRocher shuts the door. Can't do it this time, but time is starting to run out. Deep into turn number 3. Back to the stripe they come. Black and white will wave, and it is Marcello Rafano to take down the victory. Matt Vassar to finish in 2nd. Keith Rocco for 3rd. Mikey Flynn for 4th. And Ethan DeRocher to round out the top 5. So, 6th position will be Chase Cook. 7th is Megan Fuller. Kurt Brainerd for 8th, and Art Caruso for 9th. Bonza,
for those,
you know it's that time.
Yes, for those of you watching live on Facebook, we will have to end our stream there. If you want to watch the rest of tonight's event, you can watch on FloRacing live from flag to flag. So we thank you for tuning in on Facebook. If you want to watch the rest of tonight's races, go on over to FloRacing and enjoy the show.
And you will enjoy it, I guarantee. Bring a friend to sit and watch the show with you as well. Round number 2 is going to look like this. Car number 82, the New England Turf, Eastport Feeds PT Watts car. From Walcott, Connecticut, the 82 of Michael Christopher Jr.
Then it's the steer right tire in alignment number 16 from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. Starting in 2nd, Dylan Kopak.
Here's a gentleman, part of a legendary family name here at Stafford, the Bob Valente family of dealers. Car. From Salem, Connecticut, it is Alexander Pearl.
Then it's the Monaco Ford number 75, starting in 4th from Stafford, Connecticut, David Arute.
And in position number 5 is car number 41, the Chapman Apartment Homes machine. From Ellington, Connecticut, Tyler Chapman.
Then it's the Mr. Rooter Plumbing number 7 from Brantford, Connecticut. Driving the number 7, starting in 6th, is John Pulio.
Car number 63 is the Flamia Motorsports machine from Waterbury, Connecticut, David Flamia Jr.
Starting 8th is car number 8 from East Haven, Connecticut. Sponsored by B&B Performance, it's Josh Zentek.
And with the driver's change, it is car number 57 at the rear of the field. It is Peter Patanta. So Peter Patanta will pick up at the rear of the field, taking over that ride. So let's see what's going to happen. This is the second qualifying round for the SK Modifieds. One to follow, then opening ceremonies, and we'll move on to our feature events. But right now, all eyes are on turn number 4. Welcome on Flo. This is Stafford Speedway, Friday night, number 1.
Boy, Peter Portante in the back had quite the jump. Goes ahead of both Flamia and Zentek going into turn 1, while Christopher leads the way over Kopech, Pearl, and David Arud.
Down the back straightaway, Michael Christopher. Dylan Kopech tested the waters a bit. Side by side, here comes Pearl. Rim riding to the inside. They come off the turn. David Arud is there in the outside lane in the Monaco Ford machine. Back up front. Bid for the lead. Can't do it. Meanwhile, Tyler Chapman is there in a side-by-side battle with David Arud for 4th and 5th.
Peter Portante, I talked about that great start. It was too good of a start. He is being black flagged, a drive-through penalty for changing lanes before crossing the line and passing cars before the start. So Portante will have to serve the drive-through penalty. As a result, he will likely fall out of any opportunity for the handicap.
Let's take a look at 5th, Bonze. Here comes our defending champion, the Mr. Rooter, number 7 car. Quickly makes a move. JP, Jonathan Pulio, is into the top 5. That's where he needs to be. He's not done yet. He continues to string it out. David Arud directly behind him, 1 spot out of the handicap. Off the turn, it's still Christopher. Halfway down, halfway to go.
Here's Kopech, though, on the back bumper of Christopher, makes his move to the inside for the lead as they come off of 2. Kopech in the throwback, number 16, has position underneath Christopher into turn 3, battling for the lead.
There's no question about it. Dylan Kopech is like his dad. He will take over the lead, come back to the stripe. Meanwhile, here comes Pearl in the 3rd spot. Do you think he's done yet? I'm not so sure. 4, make it 5 is the magic number. Single file, but not for long. Less than 1 mile left. Here they come, Bonza, back to the stripe.
Kopech leads the way. Christopher is hounding the back bumper of the 16, and he's going to make a move to the inside. It's another turn 1 bottom shot, a move Christopher loves to do, just like his Uncle Teddy did in the past. He's inside of Kopech trying to take the lead back.
The guy that's watching is Alexander Pearl. Is he going to make the same move? He looks to the inside. Here comes Kopech. He slides to the bottom. Will he try to make that move stick in turn 1? It does not, but close and no cigar as they head off the turn and down the back straightaway. 2 turns left. Will he make the move? Here comes Kopech. Bottom shot move underneath Michael Christopher. Kopech is loose as they come to the stripe. It is Michael Christopher Jr. with a great run to take down the victory. Dylan Kopech gave it his all to finish in 2nd. Alexander Pearl, great run for 3rd. Tyler Chapman to finish in the 4th spot, and Jonathan Pulio to round out the top 5. Just out of the top 5, David Arud, David Flamia, Josh Zentek, and Peter Patante. Right now, Dave Baribolt's been working in the paddock area, and Dave's been looking at some of those side stories before tonight's main event. Dave?
Well, Ben, you mentioned a little earlier Norm Sears driving a white car. That's actually the former Glenn Bartkowski, number 17. The reason he's in that car, major damage to the primary car on Sizzler weekend, $4,000 worth of damage. So with damage like that, I think you need all the luck you can get to start the season.
This is why I'm not in racing as a driver, Ben, or a team owner. You've been there before.
And it was more than 4,000 when I did it too. Let's get to our 3rd and final qualifying round. Car number 6 will be starting on the inside of the front row. He is no stranger to running up front, the Casella Waste Systems machine. It is the M&M Auto Body car from Worcester, Massachusetts, Troy Talman.
Starting second is the Bulls motor number 76 from Monroe, Connecticut. It's Dylan Izzo.
Car number 23 is up next. He's been turning some heads. The SAM and Sons construction car from Stafford Springs, Connecticut, Wesley Brucker.
And it's the Chassis Pro number 25 from East Hampton, Connecticut. Starting fourth, Anthony Flannery.
Car number 10, driver's change, as Dan Avery still out recovering. Driving the Avery construction machine is Glenn Reen out of Somers, Connecticut. We've got a side story on him coming up a little later.
Starting in the sixth spot is our Spring Sizzler SK winner in the Cooker construction number 81 from Somers, Connecticut, Todd Owen.
Let's take a look at the final row. Maybe in material handling, number 70 from East Long Meadow, Wade Gagner.
And then it's the Morrison construction number 05 for Ashford, Connecticut, Josh Morrison.
Here we go. Get ready.
That last heat race was very exciting. Let's see what these guys can do. It's our final heat race of the night.
Dylan Izzo was quick in practice today also, but right now it is Troy Talman in command. Izzo puts the Bowles family-owned machine into second, and here comes Anthony Flannery pounding the pavement on the outside of Glenn Reen. And opening day winner Todd Owen is just looking for some real estate that at this point just doesn't exist.
Because they're side by side in front of Owen. Glenn Reen on the inside, Anthony Flannery up top. That's a battle for the fifth and final spot to transfer to the handicap. Reen has the fifth position, or I should say the fourth position. Then it's Flannery in fifth, but Reen is not wasting any time going for third spot.
He just made it look so easy right there. And guess what? Todd Owen, he too. You can't be a multiple champion here at Stafford, be on the 60 all-time greatest list without flexing your muscles. And he just did that and moved into the fourth spot. 5 is the hot spot of the racetrack.
And Flannery has the fifth spot. He got by Wesley Prucker after he got the Stafford Shuffle. It's Troy Talman in the sixth this year, leading the way. Dylan Izzo in second, and it's a nose-to-tail battle for third, fourth, and fifth with Reen, Owen, and Flannery locked together.
Good racing wherever you look in this one, just like the previous qualifier. Meanwhile, all of a sudden, Todd Owen taps the back bumper of Reen, looks to the inside. Owen, the purple and white neon numeral car, going, gone. Glenn Reen says, "You think you can pull that off on me?" Todd Owen says yes, and he does.
Reen tried to go for the crossover, but there wasn't enough room, nor did Reen have the bite to keep his car down there. He falls back a bit into the grasp of Anthony Flannery in the battle for the fourth spot.
Here they come, this time back to the stripe, 2 circuits to go. They come off the turn, single file. Here comes Flannery. He's dive bombing to the inside. Glenn Reen is there, guards the spot, and Reen will hold on.
Reen shut the door in turn 1. Flannery had to stab the brake pedal to stay behind the 10 and avoid contact. White flag is in the air. Troy Talman has been out front for the entirety of this heat. Still 3 car lengths ahead of Dylan Izzo.
Good action still right there, no question about that. They head down the back straightaway for the final time. Troy Talman has been a rocket. Fastest lap of the race, it is Todd Owen setting in the third spot. Here they come, checkered flag is out. Troy Talman will take down the victory. Dylan Izzo to finish in second. Todd Owen for third. Glenn Reen to finish in fourth. Anthony Flannery to round out the top 5. That is Wesley Parker in 6th. Josh Morrison in the 7th spot. And Wade Gagner to round out the top 8. Qualifying is over. And boy, did that start the heart pounding. Because we are in for some severe muscle and great racing for the first Friday night event.
I hope you enjoyed that appetizer, because now it's time for the main dish.
Course. Oh boy, I'm ready for this. I know you are, Bonta. So we welcome each and every one of you in the grandstand tonight as we prepare for opening ceremonies coming up in just a few short moments.
After a week to regroup, teams of the Stafford Motor Speedway are back as Friday night racing resumes. The grind of a long season ahead begins tonight. The run for a track championship is already beginning to take shape. 3-time SK Modified champion Todd Owen won his first feature since 2024 on Spring Sizzler Sunday and established himself as a favorite to perhaps get title number 4. Points were far from the mind of late model winner Chris Buffoni. For him, it was all about family, following the loss of his grandfather just days before his opening day victory. Chris Matthews has now proved for 2 decades to be a contender in the SK Light Modifieds. Just days ahead of the 20th anniversary of his first win in the division, he picked up his 26th on Spring Sizzler Sunday. Last year, Jason Lafayette won the longest limited late model race of the season. This year, he won the first and has momentum on his side. And Jason Raymond fell 1 spot short of winning 3 street stock features in a row, as Ryan Waterman claimed the victory, a sight we may see a lot of this summer, as long as he's having fun.
Feels good. Maybe we'll come here, keep coming here till we don't have fun.
Life feels right again. The Friday night routine with family and friends under the lights of Stafford Speedway.